Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kathleen, and in today's video I am going to do a review on the Say Super Glowy Skin Foundation along with the Say Concealer, and I have a few other goodies that I want to share with you. I'm going to swatch the Mario palette. Those of you who have ever seen my channel, you know how much I love this palette, so I'm going to swatch it for you today. And I have some Hourglass products that I'm going to share with you. So anyway, if that interests you, stay tuned. Okay, so like I shared in my intro, I'm going to review the Say Super Glowy Skin Foundation. And I'm going to start with getting my hair back off my face. So I'm going to tuck it behind my ears. And I'm going to start with doing the Trish McEvoy eye base. I love this. This is like a creamy type texture eye base. You can see it's like skin tone. But then it dries down to a, just like a matte type finish on the eyelid. And what this does, it's going to actually just enhance the pigment of the eyeshadow that you're using. So if you have any discoloration on your lids, this is going to kind of camouflage that, and then it's going to, when you put the eyeshadow on, the eyeshadows are going to pop to the true color. So they're not going to be muted by any discoloration that you might have on your eyelid. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna bring you in a little bit closer. I'm gonna go right in here. And I am gonna be looking down every now and again to see that I'm not poking myself in the eye with anything. So anyway, let's get that together. I'm going to be taking my Sonia G concealer brush. Okay, you can see that that's got a nice flat tip on there. And I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna blend that in across my eyelid. Bring it up, and you can kind of see how this is just kind of evening out my whole eyelid, and it doesn't feel greasy. It just feels like a nice matte finish on the lid. So it's going to prevent the eyeshadow from creasing, and like I shared, it's going to help that pigment on your eye, whatever pigment you're putting on, just make the colors really pop nicely. It retails for $33, and you get 0.12 ounces of product in here. Now I've had this for quite a while, and it will last you a while. Okay, next I'm going to go and I'm going to take the Mario palette, and for those of you who do watch my channel or have seen my channel, you know how much I rave about both Mario palettes. This is the Master palette, and then he also has the Ethereal palette, which has shimmers. So this is a just matte palette. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to swatch these for you. I'm going to start with the lightest and then just kind of move through to the darkest. So I'm going to go in, and you can see that these colors, I bumped into something there, a bruise, like they're very, very, very light. Okay, got that one there. We have the next one over, which is matte 2. I'm going to put that one right there. So you can see that that's a little bit cooler. And now we're going to move into some warmer colors. I'm going to put this one right here. Okay, you can see that these are very much like your skin tone. There's not a tremendous amount of pigment in these just yet. But as we move along, you'll see that we do have pigment. So there we go. So now we're starting to show some pigment. Okay. Let me clean off my hand here. Okay, so now we're going into matte 5 is what this is called. Okay, I'm gonna put that right here. Okay, I'm gonna take matte 6. I'm gonna go right next to that. Swatch that down there. So that's a richer type brown. It's still on the cooler side, and now we're going to work our way into the warmer sides. There we go. The warmer colors, I should say. There we go. I use this color a lot. I use this a lot in the crease. And then we have matte 8, which again I would use in the crease area, or I would even line my lash line with that. Okay, so now we're going to move into the deeper colors, and I'm going to start off with matte 9. I'm going to go right here with that. So you can see that's a nice rich like reddish type brown color there. And we have matte 10. Okay. Matte 11. And then matte 12, which is, you're gonna see, is like a matte black color. Oh, I kind of need that in there. Got a little messy there. Let me see if I could swatch that a little bit better for you. Not really, but anyway. So you can see how light they start off and they just kind of gradually get darker as you move on. So depending on whatever look you're looking for, it's a great palette. It's, you know, it's all neutrals and it's just kind of like, it's a beautiful palette that just works really well on the lid, and especially if you have a more mature eye and you have some texture on it, like you don't want a lot of glitters and shimmers. So anyway, there you go. There's your Marielle palette, the master palette. Okay, so I'm gonna go in, I'm going to take my Wayne Goss brush in the number 16, and I'm gonna go right across with this matte 3 color. You can see that it's a well-loved color. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna tap in there. I'm gonna tap off any excess, and then I'm just going to, for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna go in and just sweep some color across my lid here. I'm not really doing this video for the eyeshadows. I'm doing it more for the, so you can see the concealer and the foundation, the Say. So I'm gonna go across here. Just kind of sweep it back and forth. Okay, and then I'm going to take this next brush. This is the Wayne Goss brush in number 17, you can see. And I'm going to go in, I'm going to take this little bit deeper color right here, right below it. And I'm just going to sweep that right across my lid here. And I do have to look down here so I can see what I'm doing so it doesn't get too dark. Okay, go in there again. And these Wayne got, this is from his first collection of brushes. I purchased these on Beautylish, I want to say 5 years ago probably, when he first came out with these. And I love them, they're great brushes. But he just released a new set of brushes that came out, and they're very affordable. They're good brushes. They're synthetic, so they're not, and you know what I mean, they're not, there's no animal hair in them, so they rarely even, well, Sonia G makes a lot of brushes with animal hair in it, like squirrel hair. But most of the companies anymore don't make it with, you know, animal hair in it. So goat hair and squirrel hair is what she makes her brushes out of. And she just makes brushes. She doesn't do any other type of artwork, just that. So yeah, there you go. Those are the shadows that I just used, which would be matte 3 and matte 7. Together on my lid there, and you can just see it kind of gave it just a wash of color. Okay, next we're going to go in and I'm going to take the Bobbi Brown face base. This is in a vitamin enriched face base, so it's a moisturizer, right? And it's also a primer in one, and I'm going to take that and I am going to put a wash, I'm looking for my, here we go. I'm going to show you. It smells great. It smells like a day at the spa. I'm just going to take, you can see it's a very rich, creamy type consistency. And it's just going to kind of add another level of hydration to my skin. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to just rub that in all over. Okay. And you can do this at any point before you put on your foundation. I usually do it first, but I don't know, I got caught up in doing the eyes. Okay, I'll tell you, it smells great. And the Bobbi Brown retails for $52. Yeah. And you get 1 ounce of product. Although, why does it look like it's more than 1 ounce? Anyway, this is the product that you get, and this will last you a long time. You only need a tiny bit. All right, let's go in with the Say foundation. I'm going to shake it up. This is a super glowy skin foundation that they just recently came out with. It's a very lightweight type foundation. It's not too heavy. It's more like a tint I mean, it's buildable though if you do want to use a couple layers of the product. I'm going to go in now with this Mario brush. You can see that it has this bigger head I'm going to use for the foundation on this end. And then this end you can use for concealer. You can see it's a very handy brush to have. I'm going to go directly into that foundation with my brush, swirl it all the way around. And then I'm going to bring you a little bit closer so you can see how this foundation goes on. I'm going to put it there. And I'm going to start here and bring it down. So you can see the coverage. You can see how it covers up the surface red that I have on my face. So, and for reference, this is in the number 10. I'm a neutral. I don't really run warm. I can do either warm or cooler colors on my skin, which is all that really means. So, but I have a tendency to like the warmer colors. Anyway, so yeah, that is just with one swipe of the foundation on my skin. And I went online and purchased this at Sephora. And you can see it has a nice glowy look to it, but it's not, you know, too iridescent looking. But I like the coverage. I really do. It's very nice. Okay, I'm gonna go in and take a little bit more. That's a little bit heavier than I would go, but I want you guys to see how the coverage is. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna do the other side. Tuck my hair back so you can see. Swipe it around. I love this brush. It's not too dense of a brush. It has, you know what I mean? So it really kind of picks up the product and distributes it pretty nicely. I'm gonna bring it back out. Okay, I'm gonna do my forehead here with whatever's left on that brush and kind of go back and forth and bring that down. I might pull it down a little bit on my neck just to blend it in. But there you go. That is the Say Super Glowy Skin Foundation in the number 10. And what I did is I went online and I normally use the Estee Lauder Hydra Futurist Foundation in the color Pebble. And I just went in there and they have a color converter on there. And I just put in what foundation I use and the color that I use. And then they came back and saying that this would be a good match for my for what I've been using. And so that's just an easy way for you if you're looking to purchase something online as opposed to going into the store for you to, you know, pick up. Okay. Here we go. Nice sheer coverage. All right, let's go in with the Say concealer. And this is in the number 3. Which I have used this before, and I think it's just a little bit light for me. But so I think I might pick up the 4. I'm gonna put a dot there. I'm gonna put a dot there. I'm gonna put one in here where I get darker on that inside corner, and then one out there. And I'm gonna take the other end of this brush, and I'm just gonna kind of dab that all in there underneath the eye. Now, depending on how much concealer you like, I don't really like to put on a lot of concealer. There's a little more than I would put on, but for the sake of today's video, so you can see how it wears. Again, it's a nice hydrating concealer. It's not too heavy. And I believe the price for this concealer is $28. Let me double check for you. Yes, it's $28. Okay, we're just gonna dab that in. And if you ever do put on like a little too much concealer and you're looking to clean it up a little bit, just take your damp beauty blender and go in there and just kind of dab it a little bit, you know, and just kind of pick up any excess that you don't need on there. You can kind of do that all over. I use a mixture of brushes, beauty blenders, my fingers, whatever, to get that in there. Okay, so there you go. There's the concealer. I'll bring you in closer so you can see. Am I under arm? You can see how nice and sheer it is. It doesn't look too heavy. Okay, so there you go. You can see the concealer. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to take this Hourglass in the Ambient Light powder, right? It's a very nicely milled powder that I'm just going to go in and I'm going to kind of set with this sponge, or I shouldn't say sponge, this powder puff, underneath my eye a little bit. I'm just going to go underneath there and tap it gently. And I'm just going to go here. This is where I don't want too much glow, is in these areas. Just slightly tap underneath there. So yeah, this is the Ambient Light Hourglass powder, finishing powder. And if you've never used an Hourglass product, they have some lovely products. They really do. And they last forever. And it retails for Hourglass Ambient Lighting is $48 for 0.35 ounces worth of product. Okay. And now next I'm going to take the next Hourglass product, which is the Nude Bronze Light, which again is the same amount of product, and it retails for $52. And it is this product there. It's in the number 2. I'm going to take, what brush am I going to take? I'm going to take my bronzing brush. I'm just going to swirl around there very lightly, and you can see what kind of finish this is, and it's just going to add a little bit of depth up here to my forehead. I'm going to give it just a nice sweep of color, just to add a little bit of depth. I'm not going to get too heavy with the contour, but this time of year, if you want to look like you have, you know, some color without actually going out in the sun, this is a good way to do it. Kind of blend that in. So you can see, not too heavy, it's a pretty color, not too warm, it's not too cool. I just kind of dab that along there to blend it in. Yeah, okay, let's do the other side. And this is my Sonia G. It is the Pro brush. And again, I get these brushes on Beautylish, and once or twice a year they have their gift card event where you can purchase $100 worth of products and you can get a $20 gift card. And that's just a really good time to purchase any of these items, these higher end items. So there you go. You can see it. It's a pretty color, right? Okay, that's it. Those are the 2 Hourglass products. Next, I'm going to take the Kira Weiss blush. Okay, this is in the color Happy. So it's $32 for the refill. And I'm going to take this brush. I'm going to lightly dab it in there. And then I'm just going to kind of pop a little bit of color right up in here. And you can see how pretty that sits on the skin. It's not too glimmery either. I don't really like anything too glimmery, and I just kind of keep it up here. I don't try to bring it too far down on my face with the blush, otherwise it just, but you know, everybody's face is structured differently, so you do what's best for your face. But for my face, if I bring blush down in this area, like, it just drags my face down. So I'm just trying to lift my face up and keep this product up in here. And it's just a really nice wash of color without being too obnoxious. Okay. All right. That is the Kira Weiss. What do we got now? Next, I'm going to take my Surratt lash curler. Okay, and this retails for $34, and it's a nice, super lightweight lash curler. And I'm just going to go in and I'm going to lift those lashes up. You can pump for like 15 seconds, or you can hold it on there for like 15 seconds. Either way works. You can also warm it up with your blow dryer, and that will help curl it. If you have really resistant lashes, that will help with curling it a little bit more. And this product here, which I am loving, this is the Beyond Mascara. It's the Volumizing Treatment Mascara. It is from City Beauty. I have a discount code down below for 15% off if you're interested. It is a treatment mascara, and let me tell you, it feels lovely on the lashes, and I can definitely see a difference in my lashes and the length and the health of them. They just look more, I don't know, just healthier and just a little bit longer than they normally do. So I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna, you can see the brush, it's got like, has like a bevel in the middle, and I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna lift those lashes up. Bring you in so you can see the difference. And you can see the difference between this eye and that eye. So this time of year, even like if you don't want to wear like any eyeshadow, like it's just less makeup, then you know you can just put on a mascara too, right? So I do that most of the time. I'm gonna go up under here. And this retails for, hold on a second. Young Mascara is $29 and you get 0.28 ounces worth of product. And depending on how heavy you want the mascara will depend on how many times you can kind of go back and forth with, you know, how many coats you want to put on. And then I usually just take a brush, a clean mascara brush, and just kind of sweep over those lashes to remove any type of clump and just kind of lift them up so that they don't look stuck together. Let me bring you a little closer so you can see that mascara. It doesn't flake, you know what I mean? It stays on all day long. It's easy to wash off too. It's not too, it's easy to wash off. It's not too messy. It's not like a tubing mascara where you find little pieces coming off for, you know, the next 2 days. All right, let's see, what do we have next? Oh, so I'm going to use this setting spray. This is the All Nighter, the Vitamin C setting spray by Urban Decay. And I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna lightly spray my face. I normally recommend doing this before you put your mascara on so you don't activate that mascara again and get like little droplets. But it smells lovely. It's cactus flower, I believe, and vitamin C. So anyway, that's the Urban Decay setting spray. Okay, next I'm going to take this Natasha Denona. It is a nude lip crayon. It is in this color, get my hand off here. Setting spray on my hand. That color there, so it's a nice nude color. I'm gonna go in and fill my lips in. So you can fill your entire lip in with this crayon if you choose. It's very soft, it's very creamy. It goes on the lips very nicely. It feels really nice on the lips. It doesn't pull, it doesn't feel pencil-y on the lips. Do you know what I'm saying? It feels like a creamy crayon on your lips. Okay, and I'm gonna take this Natasha Denona lip gloss. It's more like a liquid lip, I would say, more than a lip gloss in this color. It is a pink color. It's a nice soft color. It goes well with that pencil. There's this faint smell to it, but it doesn't really smell like anything. It just smells like a lip gloss. So anyway. You could say, it just kind of gives it a little wash of color. I'm due to have my second touch up on my eyebrows, right? I had them microbladed, I should say powdered, about a month ago, and I'm due to go back in and just have them refilled in because they're starting to, and it's all normal, like it fades a little bit and then you go and you have it touched up. So they have to see how much it fades before they can go back in there. And that's where I'm at. So I will just lightly fill in my brows a little bit. And I'm not using the pencil, I'm just using the powder. But if your eyebrows are a challenge for you, I would highly recommend, you know, finding somebody who does powdering or tattooing or microblading. The newest thing now is the eyebrow powdering. That's what I just had done, just to kind of enhance them a little bit more. So, okay, let me zoom in a little bit more so you can see the mascara and everything. So there you go. There is the, you can see the foundation. I might just tap it down a little bit. All right, I'll even take my sponge and go over it a little bit if I feel like it's too much. Just to kind of bring it down. See how that brought it down just a little bit? Over here, do the same thing. Blush does fade throughout the day, and so does bronzer, so it doesn't look. So when you first put it on, sometimes it feels like it's really heavy, but then it does fade. So there you go, guys. There is my review on the Say Super Glowy Skin Foundation, along with the concealer and a few other goodies that I reviewed today. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, giving this video a thumbs up, hitting that notification bell, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye-bye.